To the other issue of the day in Ottawa, First Nations protesters gathered on Parliament Hill once again and in cities right across the country, trying to maintain the momentum they built up while Parliament was on a break. Mike LeCouture has that story.
A much smaller group on Parliament Hill today compared to Idle No More protests of the past, but the message is the same.
This legislation that's being rammed down our throats because you have a majority government. That's not acceptable, Prime Minister. Again, shame on you.
Shame! Now, protests happened right across the country. In Sackville, New Brunswick, demonstrators blocked the Trans-Canada Highway. Halifax protesters marched through the downtown core, and in Edmonton, a similar show of solidarity. The fight is moving from communities to the House of Commons, where opposition parties promised to press the government on Aboriginal issues.
Gutting environmental protection for thousands of lakes and rivers on Aboriginal territory is not meaningful consultation.
True to their word, 8 of the first 10 questions to the government today focused on First Nations concerns.
The Aboriginal population of Canada is being marginalized by the policies of the Government of Canada.
But the government says it's already addressing Aboriginal issues.
Schools, in treaty rights, in protection of the rights of women, and of course also as well in the resolution of many land claims. And Mr. Speaker, we will continue to work with those positive partners who seek to make progress.
But that's not good enough for the NDP. Romeo Saganash tabled a private member's bill that would force the feds to ensure laws respect the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples.
There are 46 provisions in the UN Declaration that calls on consultation, cooperation, mutual respect, partnership.
All things that Saganash says are lacking in the omnibus budget bill. Now, solutions like that private member's bill take time. However, protesters are sick of waiting.
It's a process, but how long does a process last? Generation upon generation upon generation, or do we say, hey, it's time?
And they promise to keep protesting on Parliament Hill until the government takes action. Mike LeCouture, Global News, Ottawa.